Hello, how are you today, my brothers and sisters? Minjungbal. My name is Minjungbal, Stingray warrior. And I belong to the Minjungbal people of the Bundjalung Nation. Back in the dreaming. Creator Spirit was with my people then and is with us today. Mulgadagan, the sun is rising here in the east. In ancient times, my people are known as light people. We are keepers of truth, and you are on Bundjalung. Today is about helping you remember and reminding you of what you really are. You are a spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. My culture was given to me as a gift from Minjungbal Creator Spirit. And I'm going to share a little story that came down from the star people, and it may help you navigate the pressure of fear in the world today. It may help you navigate the darkness. Merrigingi, Merrigingi. Merrigingi means spiritual enlightenment, and Merrigingi means to turn one whole being around. It's a story that came down from the star people, and they give it to our people at this time because their dimensions and their perspectives has started to close up. So they came down to give it to our people. Star law, Yirabugali Merrigingi. Yirabugali, spiritual enlightenment, and Merrigingi, to turn one whole being around. It denotes that you're turning away from something, to Merrigingi yourself away from a failed system, to Merrigingi yourself away from fear, to Merrigingi yourself away from anxiety, to Merrigingi yourself from the old ways and the old conditioning, to Merrigingi yourself, to turn your whole being around. And as you do that, you will be assisted spiritually by Minjungbal. You become spiritually enlightened as you Merrigingi yourself away from those things that no longer serve you. Merrigingi yourself away from Western culture and its selfishness and its greed. Merrigingi yourself away from hate. Merrigingi yourself away from toxic people. Yirabugali Merrigingi, spiritual enlightenment. Merrigingi, to turn one whole being around. To turn back to the Creator and the source of all things. Merrigingi, your whole being around. Yirabugali, spiritual enlightenment. I share it with you today that you may take it on board in your lives. Wherever you are on this planet, wherever you are on jargon, I share this story with you today that you may use it in your life that you may Merrigingi yourself and turn your whole being around so that you may become Yurubagully, spiritually enlightened. Yahweh Yoruba. Yahweh Yoruba. Oh, yeah, yeah. I share another little story. Here on country, the three brothers dreaming. In ancient times, where it all began. Mamun, Yabarin and Biran. They came to this land in a mass exodus. They were fleeing a great war. The great war that they were fleeing was the land and the continents were breaking up. The Pacific Rim was shifting. Mamun, Yabarin and Biran came here in a giant canoe with their grandmother, Ngami. Ngami means grandmother. And their wives and their children. They come here to a place called Bulana. At that time, there was chaos in the land. We were just coming out of the last ice age, and there was no law on the land. Mamun, Yabarin and Biran, they brought the law. Mamun, Yabarin and Biran, the North and South American people, the Eskimos, the Polynesians, they all come from Mamun, Yabarin and Biran. As they were fleeing the Great War that was breaking up Wandana Jugan, Wandana land, when all the land was one. They came here. Mamun went north, Yabarin went west, and Biran went south. Gummy, the grandmother, she went looking for medicine here on country. Then the three brothers came back, Mamun, Yabarin and Biran. And Gummy, the grandmother, wasn't around. So they jumped in their giant canoe to catch up to the others. There was in a mass exodus of people that were fleeing Wandana Jugan. And when they got right out onto the ocean, Gummy, the grandmother, realized that they were gone. She started to sing a song to the storm. And the waves and the sea and the storm started to blow the three brothers back to shore. And they arrived here at Brunswick, on Minjungbal Country. And they decided to settle here. They brought the law. They brought the fire. They brought the Bundjalung, the dreaming. Mamun, Yabarin and Biran. Mamun went north, Biran went south, Yabarin stayed here in the west. From those three brothers, all the tribes of the Bundjalung come from those three brothers. And I acknowledge them today. Here on Minjungbal Jugan. Mulgadagan, Mulgadagan. The sun is rising. I share that story with you today, that it may help you remember, that it might remind you that you belong to country, just like I do, that you are connected to the spirit of this land, just like I am. Mama, that Dreamtime story was passed down from Millie Boyd to my nan to Uncle Appo, and was read to you today. Mamoon, Yarber and Mbiran, the three brothers dreaming. Yahweh, Yahweh, yeah. Remember, you are a spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. When you get up in the morning, don't feed your body. You get the order right. Once you get the order right, then you can seek harmony. Spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. Don't feed your body in the morning food. Feed your spirit first. Feed your spirit first, because that's the order. Three brothers dreaming. Now I'd like to share a little story about the three sisters dreaming on country. Wulang, Nalang and Gulgun. They had a very important function. They were distributors of law. As they would pass through country, they would get permission from the smoke. Once they got permission from the smoke, they would go and visit the clans and the tribes here on country. Nadang, Wulang and Gulgun. From the west they brought compassion. From the north they brought forgiveness. From the south they bring responsibility. And here in the east, where my people are, they bring truth. So they would go into the clans and into the tribes, and they would sit and observe. And they would spend days or weeks or months spending time with the tribes and the clans. And they would determine whether a clan needed more responsibility, or whether a clan was lacking forgiveness, or whether they needed to speak more truth. So the three sisters dreaming, Nadang, Wulang and Gulgun, they would distribute the law to the people. They might say to that people there, you need more responsibility in your life. And they would distribute responsibility. They may say to that people there, you need compassion in your life. So they would distribute compassion. Today, those things are very important. Responsibility, compassion, forgiveness, and truth. I share that story with you today so that you would remember to be compassionate, to be responsible, to be forgiving, and to speak truth. I share this with you today so that you may use it in your life to navigate, to endure, and to persevere through these trying times here on the earth. Mamang Yirabal, Creator Spirit. I acknowledge Mamang Yirabal. I am a sovereign being, created under the sovereign Creator, connected to all the animals, connected to the earth. I want to remind you of your very important connection and relationship that you have. It is your responsibility to connect with Mamang Yirabal. It is your responsibility to go out onto Jugan, sit down on country, and to be still so that you may hear the Spirit. The Spirit will talk to you in 1,000 different ways, using 1,000 different mediums. The Spirit will communicate with you on the wind, through the animals, through the trees. Buglebear. Buglebear means thank you. I have tried to appeal to Mamang Yirabal, but I'm sorry. There will be no escape for nobody. Mankind and the human species have left a great, terrible footprint on Mother Earth, and there is no other way around it. So I help you to remember today that we are a spiritual people. Our culture is a spiritual culture. Buglebear. Buglebear means thank you. Nangali na Bundjalung Minjungbal Jugan. We belong to Bundjalung Minjungbal Country. Nangali Gama Bundjalung Minjungbal Jugan. We respect Bundjalung Minjungbal Country. Wana Janjama Malagunagbala. Gitabul Nalu Minjungbal Jugan. Wana Janjama. Wana Wergali. Wana Bumbalay Minjungbal Jugan. Don't do no wrong around here. Don't do no harm. Do not kill. Do not steal. And do not be greedy. Nangali Bundjalung Minjungbal Country. Welcome, all you beautiful people, to Bundjalung Minjungbal Country. May the Great Spirit watch over you always. May the Great Spirit illuminate your mind so that you may see clearly. Yirabal Gully, spiritual enlightenment, and Merrigingi, to turn one whole being around. Buglebear.
Well, yeah, thank you, Colin, Uncle Colin, for that. Those stories and mythology here, and sharing some time here down overlooking the east, watching the sunrise. And yeah, I just wanted to connect in with you here, and just maybe you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your life, the lineage in your life.
Yeah, so my name is Minjungbal, which means stingray warrior. My people and the Minjungbal people come from around this area here, the most easterly point in the southern hemisphere. My family and my mob up in Tweedheads, and my great-great-grandmother, she's Bundjalung Minjungbal. And I'm here on country with the responsibility of keeping my culture alive, keeping our ceremonies alive, and keeping our language alive. I'm an artist, a Minjungbal artist here on country. I love painting our song lines and our story lines. Bundjalung means story. Bundjalung means dream time. We have our neighbouring clans, the Minjungbal people, the Nyambal people. On the other side of Byron Bay, we call Byron Bay Bundjalung. We have the Gitabul and the Ngunnawal people, the Yugambeh up on the southern end of the Gold Coast, the Wallabal people. These are the tribes that still exist around here. And I'd like to acknowledge the clans that no longer exist because they were massacred. I'd like to acknowledge the Mubor Murang clan. I'd like to acknowledge the Durrumbal people. And all those women and children that were massacred. You will never be forgotten. You will always be remembered. And I remember you today. So I go around and I share culture here on country. I run a foundation called the Merrigingi Foundation. And my dream and my vision is to create a healing centre here on country. And for me, the Merrigingi Foundation is being created to help brothers and sisters with their trauma, to have them Merrigingi themselves away from the generational trauma. And so I'm heavily involved in creating the healing centre here on country, using our cultural tools, our ceremonies, our stories, our language and our art to help our brothers and sisters with their traumas, to create a place and an environment where they can come and heal and be supported from all their traumas. Intergenerational trauma, sexual abuse, physical abuse. I don't care how scary it was. I don't care how ugly your trauma was. We have the things here on country that will heal you. And you will learn how to dance with your trauma. So I work with young fellas, the at-risk young fellas, those who are vulnerable, those who like breaking the white man's law, those who are using drugs, too much alcohol. I like to reach out to my brothers and sisters and bring them back to culture and bring them back to their spirit. I also work in bush school with the Jarjums, little children. And as much as I can, I like to get involved in community, to do ceremony, to help people.
We were talking yesterday about the use of plant medicines
especially in this land, this territory. was wondering if you could share a little bit about,
The proper way to do that, or what people are potentially doing, like a message for people and how they're causing potential harm.
Yahweh. So what we ask and what the ancestors ask is that when you come here on country, Garama, Garama, which means respect. What we ask is when you're here on country, if you're bringing medicines from other parts of the world, from other indigenous cultures, or if you're going out onto country seeking the medicines of this land, what we ask you is that you Garama, Garama, is that you respect. Is that you respect the country. As you move around on country, that you respect the medicine plants that are here on country. And if you are bringing medicine from other parts of the world, we ask that you be respectful when you bring them onto country. This country is enough for you. We don't need to bring anything else in here. This country is enough. If you go into a sacred site, or if you're walking around on country and you don't really know what's there, if you're not too sure to climb that mountain, some of these areas around here are very sacred to us. And if you're not sure, Garama, Garama, which means respect. If you've been told that that's a man's mountain or a woman's mountain, they ask that you respect that. Don't impose yourself. Don't do what the Western culture's done and impose yourself. Don't do that. Because our ancestors see everything. Nothing is hidden from their eyes. So if you're doing the wrong thing here on country, I ask that you stop and that you do the right thing. Because if you do the wrong thing, there will be consequences to that behaviour. So when you're here on Minjungbal Country, we ask that you Garama, Garama, that you respect Minjungbal Country, that you respect the animals, you respect the medicine plants that are here, you respect the medicine that you bring from other indigenous cultures of the world. Yabra Yirabul, oneness of spirit, and Yabra Balogaman, one blood. Because it doesn't matter where you sit here on the earth, we are all one, and we are all connected. So Garama, Garama.
well, thank you, Colin, for that explanation there, and like explaining to people the importance of respecting where they're walking on country. And I want to say thanks for taking the time out this morning to be here with me and to share those Streamtime stories and creation stories. And yeah, it's a really important message, and I'm looking forward to sharing this knowledge with people so they can apply that in their lives. So thank you very much.
And remember, don't be a coward. If you want to change, if you want to Merrigingi yourself, if you want to dance with your trauma and not have your trauma destroy you, don't be a coward. To all you men out there, if you are hearing this message, I tell you today, don't be a coward. Be brave and courageous. For the dance that you must dance is within. Boogle Bear. Thank you, Banam.
Somos la tierra, somos la vida, somos la luna, la estrella y el mar.